Hi, kids. How we doing tonight, boys and girls? Hey, Thin Line Defense here, live chat. You got Walsh here, Cody.
Oh, dang, it's this way.
Unfortunately, we're going to miss out on Jason and Joe. They got life going on tonight, so it's just going to be the two of us again. We already got Angry Sarge in the building. We got Jason Davis. Welcome. And we got Misfit Army.
Look at these guys already showing up.
Yeah, got us a nice crowd already. We appreciate you guys coming.
Look at this. HCM holsters in the building. So, Cody, I'm going to steal your thunder for just 1 second. I did want to say that I did. Okay, there's a story to this. Some people may not know this story, so we'll have to get to that. In a minute. I just put up the Patreon giveaway for July. So we try to do a giveaway every month for our Patreons. I kind of held off a little bit in the past so I could build up some cooler stuff. So I just posted that Patreon giveaway, which is those Ronin pistol pouches. And then I also have, of course, I don't have it over here, the Grey Ghost soft pistol case. And then HCM Holsters was nice enough to actually sponsor our Patreon giveaway for next month. So next month for our Patreon giveaway, we're going to give away a custom holster. So you probably want to win that. In our Patreon, if you want to join, it's like $2, like whatever, if you want to join.
Yeah. I'm going to come up with a pseudo email so I can win that holster. You're like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
Don't worry about him.
Yeah. I'm Wody.
Yeah. Milburn. Awesome.
Okay, so I know this isn't a welcome. I don't think we met. Go ahead, Cody. I'm gonna mess this up. That is,
bro. We're just gonna call you Carlo, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Because listen, I don't know if you're new enough to know I'm from Southern Louisiana. I can barely speak English and I can't read, so I don't want to mess it up. But if you don't mind, we'll call you Carlo, unless you can help us phonetically. But
yeah, spell it out like carrot.
Yeah. But he's saying that he appreciates Joe kind of steered him in a direction for the LA police gear carrier. We've been singing high praises about that carrier for a while. Right now, it's kind of our standard. There's obviously some of us that have plate carriers that are above par. That's our par right now. That's what a lot of the crew have. And you can get that sweet discount with our code. So good on you, Carlo. I'm glad you reached out and got that plate carrier. That
even worse.
Won't let you down.
Look at this. Ask Joe. I see him every day.
Okay.
Oh, we know. Yeah, we know. But okay, we'll get the proper phonetics. He'll correct us probably at the end of the chat.
In my defense, knowing Joe, I'm pretty sure he probably can't even say your name. So
okay, so I do want to say we're going off the rails already, and I love it. CR in Jersey, he's been talking to me on YouTube. We have had a ton of people that have joined us ever since we posted the Spiritus Systems LV119 video where everybody got super pissed, and it was awesome. So what's interesting, so many people either came out, like they watched that video, and there's really only two parties when it came to the LV119. They're either like, yep, that is the video that I agree with. I think you were spot on with the review. I think it was good and honest. Or they were like, no, you're crazy. You could swim with the plate carrier.
That's fine. But like you were saying, and we'll get to the video obviously in the chat. I don't want to get jump on it too soon, but you had a lot of good points in there, like having to piece it together. In some instances, that's a great concept, but I would say just have the base plate carrier and then maybe get cummerbund and things like that. But having to buy the front and the back and all that, I don't know. That's a lot of unnecessary work, I think. But we'll get into that.
There's so much good. I don't know if we're just going to stay stuck in the chat all night. I'm trying to go backwards a little bit. Jason Davis says you definitely want to win our holsters. 2 pseudo emails to double your chances. See, he's thinking right.
Smart. $4 for a chance. That's not bad.
2 chances. I need some attachments for my new axle belt. So James, he comments down a little bit later too. He said, "Don't mess up my name." So if you really want to talk about it, I like Cody and I kind of go differently on our belts. He goes a more of a minimalistic style. Cody, what do you normally do you even run a dump pouch normally? Not really.
I have a dump pouch. I got that Blue Alpha gear. Is it Blue Alpha gear?
That's right. You got that little one. The little one that kind of just like rips out.
Yeah, I like that one. It's super lightweight. It doesn't get in the way even when it's deployed. But yeah, you're right. I'm a person. I bring stuff to poke holes and plug holes. That's all I need.
Yeah, Cody, he laughs at me. He's like, Walsh has got all the gadgets and all the patches. He looks ridiculous. And I'm like, yes, Cody.
Yeah.
So yeah, different styles. So then seeing what attachments you want. We both really do agree on the type of magazines. The S-Tac magazine pouches you can't go wrong with. Dump pouches is a question of whether or not you want to run one. I found I don't really use them tactically. Cody and Joe kind of taught me that instead of using a dump pouch, you just kind of throw them in your carrier, like just jam them into your carrier anyway, and you get to them later. Dump pouch, I use more my recording equipment when I'm recording a review for you guys. More of that's what goes in my dump pouch. Tactically, though, I don't really use it for that. I use a med pouch, and then sometimes a knife, and then usually a holster. Knife's usually just for show. And I like to carry a radio. Me and Cody got to talk more on the radios, play with those, but
yeah. No, but yeah, Walsh is definitely your expert on the axle build.
That thing's awesome. That thing is awesome. Misfit. Look, so Misfit saying Antique Roadshow, Walsh always showing his exquisite taste in gear. And
go ahead and tell that story. So I heard, I don't know what got me. You and Jason were talking about it or something like that. So I went and took a peek, and I ended up watching the whole thing because I was laughing at your guys' descriptions and how they were calling you Antique Roadshow. But I thought that was a good show, even though it was kind of, I don't know if I'd like picking on people's guns. I'm not that type of person, but
yeah. And I don't know if I was, I guess I don't know if I was picking. I guess it's easier because you don't know who they are. So you can like look at them.
Yeah.
And I wasn't trying
some
to
of the guys were like, hey, that's my gun.
Like it is.
Like, oh
like,
man, I'm sorry.
Oh, that guy's in the chat.
Yeah.
So here's the story. So forever and ever, we've kind of gone back and forth in our group, and we never really given each other, nicknames. We've always been wanting to give each other nicknames. So I go in and I actually work with Angry Sarge, who's actually in here right now, and he hooks me up with Ralph over at P80, and they asked if me and Jason would go on their P80 builds. And I don't know hot garbage about P80s, but I know my ways around pistols and things I like and things that look cool and aesthetics and what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. So then it would be my turn to kind of grade these things. And I'd start going into the details of everything, and they'd be like, look at this guy. We got like the Antiques Roadshow of like pistol comparisons here. And I was just dying laughing. They're like we don't even want to rate the builds. We just want to rate Walsh's comments.
Yeah.
So it was I was dying laughing. So small segue, I'm actually going to be on with them. They asked me to be on last week again, but I was busy. So I'm going to be on with them tomorrow night. So please, if you haven't subscribed, go over to P80 Ralph's channel. I'm going to join them tomorrow. If you want to see me making fun of some P80 builds. I don't really make fun of them. I don't know a lot about P80s, so I don't like tear them apart. But like I got my own preferences, what I think looks cool.
Yeah, I thought it was funny because I mean they each of Jason and Ralph each had colorful comments about the guns, and then you would come in there and they would make fun of your comments about the guns. So I thought that was a good little dynamic y'all had going on.
Yeah, it was a good fun. So we're gonna have to get the actual review. I'm trying to just go through the comments. CR in Jersey messaged me like 2 hours ago. I was out on a run, and he's like, all right, I saw when the live chat is. Hopefully in the next 2 hours I can get that cummerbund installed. That LV119 cummerbund just sucks to install. I know it's kind of a funny part in that video when I say that, but I'm not joking. Having to have taken that off and reinstall that so many times just for that review, like I was just dreading it.
So how many cummerbunds did you have? You had 2 different ones?
2.
Yeah.
But if you're out there working on patrol right now, hats off to you. So yeah, welcome. I don't think we met Jason Needham or Jacob. Jason. I can't read.
No, we appreciate you out there working the streets, brother. Thank you.
Oh, look, Walsh, when are you going to review the FC PC? I know. It's like everybody and their mom has asked me to review this. I have added it to the list of Instagram plate carriers. I think of like the FCPC and like the LV119 is like what you would wear if you were going into combat and going to Starbucks. Like those are like what you need to have on. Like we need to go get some lattes.
Well, I didn't understand like why do they have a difference? One that you can wear and one that you can swim in. I didn't understand that.
I think the idea is that the idea is it doesn't hold moisture. So like if you go in the water, it would just like drain. I think that's where they're trying to go with it. But it doesn't. Like you're fine out of the water. Like after this all draining off you. But what about the in the water part? Like when you're swimming in it, it's going to be a particular problem.
I feel like that's not going to breathe as well. Now, anybody in the comments, please comment if you've done this before. But have you ever jumped in a deep body of water with your plate carrier on? You ain't going to float. So, like having a water.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to like climb in water. Like, okay, across this river. Like,
no. I've been in water up to like my waist in my gear, but no higher than that. Like I'm not getting that all wet. You're gonna be miserable.
Yeah, Cody. I don't think the comments. I think we got to a point where the comments are never gonna stop. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I got a comment and talk to you about.
All right. Yeah.
We're just gonna keep going with these. So Misfit says, I mean,
you guys know how we are.
Yeah, we already like. Hey, if you guys want to talk about stuff, just put in the comments. We will. If you get too quiet, we'll talk about the reviews. Like, yeah, Cody's got a list. We'll get to the list.
This is business, so if y'all don't want to talk about this, we could keep off the rails. It don't matter. I mean, we're already talking about this. So,
that Mantis though, I don't know if y'all. That thing was stupid fun. Like to just bound through the house with that. So Misfit says, I just saw someone in a Facebook group talk about the LV119 is complaining how much it costs to put together. I want to just reiterate that I don't normally. I think it's a rude move to do to put prices. Number one, the prices change. And the cost of some things can kind of go up. So I try not to do that because you could see a review in like 2001 and then, 3 years later, it's not going to cost that much or it's a totally different thing. So I try not to do that. Why I did it on this one is because you don't get everything together and you don't realize because you're having to buy all these things separately and pay taxes separately and pay shipping separately because you're never going to get them all together. So then you get nickel and dimed. Like I paid $100 for the front bag. That's not so bad. Then I paid $150 for the rear bag, and then $60 for the cummerbund, and then $80 for like, dude, you're at $400 for a plate carrier, and you're not in a cry and you're not in an Agilite. Like, what did you buy?
Yeah. I mean, I thought you brought up a good point where you even talked about you bought the front plate carrier where you could go buy that LA Police Gear Atlas for that same price and have a complete plate carrier.
I mean, yeah, and here's my argument, okay? Yeah, can you go on Instagram and get a bunch of Instagram hearts for your LA Police Gear plate carrier? Probably not. But for that one day that you're probably never going to need it anyway, the LA Police Gear will serve you just fine. And you spent $80.
I bet you. Yeah. I'll take an Instagram photo with just my plate carrier on. I'll see how many hearts I get.
I like how we just call it hearts. So it's no, it's likes. Yeah. Like, nah, bro, it's hearts. Like
it's hearts. Yeah.
We're talking about that. I'm adding it officially. I'm adding it to the list. I will order one. I will get it on the list. I'm not going to lie to you though. The list is long right now with the HRT rack, Agilite K19, the Cry, AWS OCPC, and those are the ones. Oh no, and there's another LA Police Gear one, and those are all the ones just sitting on the floor right now. So I'll have to get that one, but it's on the list. What Misfit with Axle Belt? When did you order? If you guys aren't aware, I have heard that the Axle Belt. I think Misfit told me is 2 weeks out if you order the black one. One thing I did notice is if you order the actual one with the buckles, they'll say that those are sold out. But on the axle belt, you can actually switch out the buckles. And I found the same Raptor buckles on Amazon for like $15. So it's like just order the G-Hook one, switch them out, and just get. I think it's actually cheaper if you order the G-Hook and then order the buckles separate.
That's interesting.
Look, I'm just getting into this. Does anybody have any old gear? I do. Yeah. I have HSGI mags. I have all the things I don't like. I will gladly give you.
Well, what are you looking for? Cook Club? Am I saying that right?
What are you looking for? Okay, here we go. Zachary, so he loves his dump pouches. And I think it's just a matter of how you train and how you work through things.
Yeah.
But either way, you got to work through them, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it just depends on what you're doing. If you're running and bounding and stuff like that, that dump pouch slapping you in the ass the whole time is probably get annoying. But if you're just walking, that's one thing. But
yeah, they're probably like so far ahead of us. They're probably like the comments.
Yeah,
they're like in another world. They're like, what in the world? Like these guys are so far behind. I enjoyed this one. So he was commenting on what I was wearing on my belt, and talking about putting the knives on my belt. So sometimes I do have a good time. Somebody like you're like over the top in your reviews. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with it. Like that's part of what we do. Like if you haven't seen me and Cody and the Blair Witch Olight video, you can tell we definitely weren't taking life very seriously.
I thought for sure Olight was gonna stop talking to us.
I think that was the objective too. Like, let's just make it like so hilariously ridiculous, and people like loved it.
Olight didn't say anything. They just keep it going.
Like, oh, cool, yeah, cool. Okay, so Benjamin says, should I buy a cummerbund? This is a trick. I'm confused by this question. Should I buy a cummerbund or a placard for my?
Are we talking about a different cummerbund than what came with it, or?
Yeah, let me know what you're talking about. We'll come back to you, Benjamin. Let me know what you're talking about, because your plate carrier, your cummerbund's on the side, and your placard's on the front. So your plate carrier should already have a cummerbund. Placard, you need to tell me what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're not trying to downplay your comment, but if you're missing a cummerbund, buy that first. If you already have a cummerbund and you're trying to upgrade, that's different. We can.
Yeah. We'll see what he's talking about. Yeah. Zachary.
I saw somebody answer that.
Yeah. Okay. So Angry Sarge says, yeah, polymer 80s. I don't know if we can talk about this nowadays. So like what? Oh no.
I think we could talk about it, but then YouTube and Facebook, they're selling weapons. Like no. We're not selling weapons. Facebook. Yeah.
You need both. Yep. So Sierra, New Jersey. So we'll see what he's talking about. Oh, he's on duty as we speak.
Appreciate you, James. Thank you, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zachary. He says, glad I stopped at the Thing 2 and won't buy any of their products. So what he's talking about is the Spiritus. Why do I not have anything over here? Talking about the Spiritus Systems Thing 1 and Thing 2, which I don't understand why they did this. They had some expander wings that they had for their plate carriers, and they stopped production of those so that they could give 2 replacement products, which were the Thing 1 and Thing 2. But neither of those things work with the plate carrier. Now, the argument is neither are expander wings supposed to work with plate carriers, but they work really well if you ask me. But the Thing 1 and Thing 2, I cut the back off of them so that you can attach them to a plate carrier. I'll show you guys how to do that to make it work. I'm pretty happy with it, but it's pretty frustrating. And you got to buy pieces to make it work. Misfizz, my hero. I love that guy.
Yeah, always repping.
So Jacobs, why do I keep calling Jason? Says he's putting an FCPC together as we speak. Now, it better not be as bad as the LV119. So let me know what you think. Like, do you have to buy all the individual pieces, or does it come all together like normal? I don't know how that one works. I got to look at it. Duh. Cody, did you ever use an IOTV? Or did you just use that? You had your what was that one called? Paraclete?
Yeah. I like that one because it has soft armor and plate armor in it. I still have it. It's hot, but it functioned the way we needed it to.
I wanna know, give me the details on swimming. And an IOTV is that's an actual military issued plate carrier, and it's no joke.
The problem with that is, you would see people on the fob or deployed wearing that thing, and it was 19 sizes too big or they had their junk, all their pouches barely hanging on. It's just embarrassing. Like because I was at an Army fob, with Air Force people, and like the Air Force guys were the security for the gates, and they looked like a bag of ass, and I was just embarrassed. Like their gear just looked like crap, but whatever.
Carlos says, "What, you're telling me I'm doing it wrong? I use plate carriers to swim and scuba suits to shoot."
Hey, that's a different story. I mean, if you want to get sink to the bottom right away, then that's what you need.
That plate carrier is the fastest way to the bottom.
Yeah, then you don't need a weighted belt.
Now, so Cody, something that I tried to reiterate in the video too, I was talking about the LV119 and my concerns with actual duty use, is the lack of any sort of shoulder QD. And that really came from my conversations with you and Joe and Jason too. He kind of talked about too. Well, you guys kind of told me like, well, you need that if you ever like stuck in a vehicle or you've crashed into water or something, and you need to take that plate carrier off, and you may be pinned on your side where your QD is. You need to have multiple ways to get that off. And we see those same things, as we talked about, on cheap plate carriers like the LA Police Gear Atlas for $80. It has 4 QDs.
Yeah. Yeah. We mentioned even like the Paraclete that I was mentioning. That's like high dollar. It's got all the gadgets and gadgets that you need. It's got the cable system, but even, you pull that cable out and it's still Velcroed together. So in my opinion, like the Atlas with the plastic buckles, those are going to let go. You clamp them, it's going to pop apart, and you can either pull out of your vest or your plate carrier, however you're caught. That LV119, I'd imagine that's going to take you some, because I mean you got to take the straps off, you got to pull the Velcro. You might as well just try to cut yourself out of it at that point.
Have you ever seen the Cry SPC? How that's done?
Not off the top of my head.
Let me grab it. There's like a million comments, but hold on.
Yeah. So right before we came into the chat tonight, Walsh had completely moved his whole operation to the other end of his room. He's going to try to make a different. So all his junk is probably on the other end of the room.
That's why nothing's over here. Nothing's prepared.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this off for now. So what's really cool on the SPC is it has these little tabs, Cody. And I have this Eagle Ergo on, so you'll be able to see what this does. It's too much to take apart. But so when you pull this, it actually disconnects all the Velcro from underneath. So then the whole thing just comes apart. So and it's on both sides too. So, and like this SPC is like $200. Took me forever to get though. But so even then we're talking about.
How does it pull all the Velcro apart? I see how it's in there.
You're gonna make me show you, aren't you?
No. Don't worry about it. I'll look it up.
I can show you when you come over.
Okay.
But we'll show it on the review. I'll show you how all this works. But this is really slick. This Cry SPC is really slick. And the Eagle if you haven't heard of the Eagle Ergo, this is awesome. I'm gonna sell Cody on it later.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that thing works.
Yeah. Okay, back to these thousands of comments.
Yeah, we're way behind now.
We're moved on to something else. Misfit says getting wild in here. Jacob, IOTVs suck.
That's a man speaking from experience there.
Yeah, they're getting the cold like a warm hug. He says, "Let me know when you want the 119 comments. Keep them coming. So whatever you guys got, we've already gone off the rails. So we're just gonna, if things slow down, which I don't think they are, we'll go back into it." Yeah. So yeah, that's about. When you saw my math, that's about right. That's not including plates. So probably count for $150, $200 for plates. So yeah, you're looking at $800 for a plate carrier and setup. Where Joe did his LA Police Gear Level 4 plates for $300.
Yeah.
And CR in Jersey, he nails it. I have the LA Police Gear carrier. The L1, the 119 is different class, but 5 times as much. It's not 5 times better.
No,
it's not. Yeah,
not from what I can see.
Oh, yeah. James was when he was talking to me about ordering. We're switching gears. Yeah, talking about the Axle Eclipse belt. Back to the belt. Yeah, talking about buying the buckles separately. We were talking earlier about getting the belt. He had mentioned they had like a military or a duty line that he contacted them and they got him all set up on
Axel does?
Yeah, they did. They said they bumped him up the line. So it sounds like he had some cool little program they were doing. I wasn't aware of that. So yeah. Zachary says, I love that HRT Maximus placard. I can only imagine how nice their PC is. Should I go grab it?
Hey, that's why people show up. You
lead the way.
They want the early. Here, let me try to see where he ended up on these. I can't. I'm not fancy. I can't pop the comments up, but I can at least read them. All right. Jersey says the MK4 is the shiznit.
I got it.
Jacob, I plan on putting the.
It was right where I left it.
Maximus on the FCPC.
Oh, what's he saying?
I was just going ahead a little bit.
Oh, I see. I plan on putting the Maximus on my FCPC. Yeah, I like that Maximus a lot. So on the HRT, you can see the HRT rack here. This has one shoulder strap. I switched it over. You can change the side. I switched it over to the right side because I'm a left-handed shooter. So I want to see how that does when I do transitions. Like if this gets in the way, if I switch shoulders, I'll let you know when we do that.
You can still swim out of that. Like if you pop it off, you can still.
It's really easy to do. I actually tried it out to do that.
Yeah.
It didn't really matter having both, but having neither was a problem. Cummerbund, yeah, it's pretty small. One thing I really thought was cool about this is on the inside. We saw this on the Grey Ghost SPC, how it has these two like thick pads, and I kind of complained about how they weren't very comfortable. But what's neat about this one is if you didn't like them, you could just take them out.
It's just like some close cell foam.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can take them out of there if you don't like them.
Huh.
But yeah, it looks pretty good. I like how they have a lot of different little doodads that connect up placards and everything else. It doesn't have any molly on the front. I'm going to have some similar complaints with the LV119 as this one. I think I like this one better. It's a ton cheaper, but they have a super proprietary back panel with two. It's kind of annoying with two different zippers. So you got to zipper it 2 times. So you can imagine how much I'm going to love talking about that.
Yeah.
No rear molly again though. So you kind of have to plan something for whatever you want to do in the back. So I'll show you the HRT rack soon. I love the Maximus. I do like this, but it's not my absolute favorite so far. I'll keep my little running chart total of my favorite. The favorites are kind of based on price and usability. Like which one would I buy? And it's kind of how I rank it by. If you guys want to see other carriers, just yell it out.
Now, I think we mentioned this the last chat or the chat before that. Like, if you have Uncle Sugar buying your plate carrier, by all means, get a Spiritus plate carrier or a $600-800 plate carrier. But if you got to come out of your pocket, then obviously some of the more budget-friendly plate carriers that we've had on the channel are better options.
Yeah, and I'll even say if you're going to spend the money, the K19 or the Cry SPC with the Eagle Ergo, one's a minimalist, one's a weight carrying. I can't find anything that beats those. If you want to go weight, Aglite K19. If you want to go minimalist, that's cheap. The SPC with the Eagle Ergo, mind-boggling, and you're like done at $300. Like, whoa. Misfit said he ordered on June 21st and is still waiting on his Axle Eclipse belt. Misfit, do me a favor and hit me up on our Gmail, and if you can give me your order number, I'll message them and see what I can do. No promises, but they did help me out a little bit on mine. Worst case, I just nag them and we'll see what happens. I'll be like, pow! Give me that! Get that guy that belt! Get it! Yeah. So yeah, James, he probably didn't mention that. I don't know if Misfit is. I know he trains a lot and does a lot of cool training, and he actually comes on here and teaches us cool stuff. But
if you just tell him that you're TLD, that's pretty close.
Yeah, just tell him like, hey, I'm with Walsh and TLD. He'll be like, who? And I'll be like, send my belt.
Yeah,
I'm important.
I'm telling on you.
I don't know what this is in reference to, but yes, I don't think he knows what he's asking. He's probably talking to me. What else we got here?
What would you recommend for attachments? I just bought an Atlas plate carrier, but I've never owned one, and I'm new to shooting with gear on, so pouches, etc. Okay, Cody, go ahead. Tell them what you think first, and I'll grab.
So the first question is, are you going to run? So most of us run like however you want to call it, a battle belt, or like a weapons belt. So we have a lot of gear down there on the belt. However, I think Walsh put out a really good video with the Atlas where he talked about the placards. I think that's an amazing system. You can buy a couple of different plate carriers and you can move your placards around depending on your weapon systems. You can change your placards out. I think that's the way to go. We didn't have that when I went to Afghanistan. You put your pouches on your vest and you were stuck that way at least until you got home. So kind of breaking it down, and Misfit will probably jump in and come out with our ethos is mission dictates gear, right? So what do you plan on doing with your plate carrier? If you're just going to go to the range and practice with your plate carrier on, that's one thing. If you're setting it up to like defend your house or as a truck kit or whatever, if you're going to go overseas or something, that's going to dictate how you're going to want to set up your kit. So you got to first have to determine what's your mission. What are you going to do with your plate carrier? And then also we can kind of break it down from there. What we recommend to do, the belts that we recommend. I mean, we got another, 30, 45 minutes. We could break it down, but.
Good. And so what Cody's talking about is placards. So let me show you kind of what I do. So you can have just placards, which are these, right? So you can have these which just connect on swift clips. And then you can have like a spot to put your different magazines and then your different magazine inserts for different types of magazines. And then whatever doodads. Shout out to everyone for the purple flashlight. It's very manly, if you didn't know that.
I like purple.
Yeah. So, but what you can do then is you can also set it up like this, where you can use things like the Thing 1 and Thing 2 and a Dangler pouch. So here is a whole setup. So you can put like a radio pouch in one, and you could change out this whole thing. So you got medical, you got everything, and then be like, okay, so this will be this one right here is all set up in 300 blackout. Okay. So I'm like, okay, hey, grab the 300 blackout, whatever. So, okay, cool. So then you're like, no, Walsh, give me a whole setup in 5.56. Okay. So then you can do a whole nother setup that's just in 5.56. And I have another setup in 308 and 6.5 Creedmoor. So you could do whatever. So then what you want to start with, basic thing to start with the placard, what you want to do for the placard, and then build from there. I would watch my placard video and you can kind of see from there.
Yeah.
Is it just me? What does the multicam black on the HRT carry? Let's do it. Come on. Let's do it. Why not? We got it all here.
No, but
I'm listening.
With Carlo, I think, once you figure out what your mission set is or how you're going to want to run your gear, there's a million different ways to set it up. So
I don't know. It's not so bad, is it? I don't know. I don't have all those swift clips installed and everything. I'll have to see. I don't know. I'm gonna do a multicam black setup, and we'll see if that looks weird or not.
I mean, sometimes you got to use your imagination because it would get quite expensive if you got different color plate carriers for all these different color placards and different color pouches.
Okay. Whoa, wow. I just jumped.
Yeah, this is probably the most comments we've ever had.
Yeah.
I think they save them all for when Walsh is on here.
Shoulder straps. Yeah. I have to have a comrade separately. Zachary says no. You don't.
Wait,
So
go back to Jacob. So, okay, so you don't have a cummerbund yet, if that's what I'm understanding.
No, he was
Definitely
talking about that's Jacob, not Jacob, the BD. That's a different guy.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. I think they're still trying to answer his question, so we'll see.
Yeah, we need somebody to keep up with.
Keep us in line. So many things going on. Have you guys seen new rifle soft armor? I think it's from Safe Life. I have to look it up. So I've seen a lot of this on YouTube, and I really want to try it. I don't know from the videos that I'm watching who's getting paid and who's not getting paid. And I say that nicely insofar as I've asked for one to test, and they haven't said anything. We're nobodies. That's fine. But I don't know. I'd like to try it. I'd like to test it out and do it a little more independently, or have someone who's super independent. Maybe like, I think Guns and Gear did one. So I like him because he's pretty independent about it. He just shoots them all.
Yeah. Matt Carricker on Demolition Ranch, he just had that premium, I think it's called premium, body armor. It was super light and flexible. He ran over it with his freaking 1 ton or whatever, that big ass truck he has. He ran over the body gear and it just popped boop, right back into the shape. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And Angry Sarge, he brings up a good comment, what Cody was talking about earlier. He said, I would recommend you understand and outline the purpose of your gear. I have 2 setups, one for war, another for SWAT, 2 different purposes, and how I outfit either. Same. I have one that's full on, blown out, all over the top military. Don't care. I'm going to engage. I'm not going any sort of covert. Then I have another setup that's more covert, more low key, a little more downplayed, a little more, hey, I'm out here, but I'm going to try and do my best to hide and sink in. But 2 totally different ways to approach the problem.
Yeah. And those placards give you that flexibility. So if you're old school, like when I was doing it a couple years ago, and you're having to weave all that molly through your plate carrier, you're going to be less inclined of like, I don't like where this pouch is, I'm going to move it. With the plate carrier, the placards, in my opinion, you don't like it, you just like, let me move it, or let me move some stuff around. It's super easy. And like Sarge is saying, you can have different, scenarios and different ways you set it up, and you just slap it on and buckle it in and you're ready to go. So I don't know. That's, in my opinion, that's the way to go right now.
Ooh, Dan Sheridan's joining us a little bit late. Good to see you though. The comments are just absolutely wild tonight. We're like 38 minutes in. We haven't even started on the video. Should we say something about it?
I love it like this. Yeah.
I mean, I'm good with it.
Jacob says same thing. I have a setup for my SHTF and then SRT setup for it. So that's how Cody and I do ours also. I have very much the same. Talking about the IOTV. I guess I was talking about more IOTV.
I got a band too. Yeah.
Angry Sarge sounds like, so Zachary and Angry Sarge are forming their own little bromance. I like it. Angry Sarge is pretty awesome. So is Zachary.
Harry.
Harry's here. I don't know why. Harry has had to change his name again, but I do like it. But now he's very hairy and scary. Baloney. So it's getting more and more intense.
That's what I'm saying, Harry. You got Uncle Sugar or Sugar Mama buying that stuff. Let them buy it. Let them buy that stuff.
I just when I talk about my favorite carrier, like unlimited money, I wouldn't buy the LV119. I wouldn't. I think the other carriers that are here are better, and when you put them on, you're like, dude, this is way more comfy. There's a mission set that the LV119 fits, and it's that civilian covert. I'm gonna be the fast running guy, but I move like a brick. Like I have the agility of, I told Angry Sarge, I got the agility of a rock. Like I'm not doing anything fast or smooth. So to wear this super lightweight carrier and then just bumble around, it's not gonna be very effective for my old man body.
Yeah.
Sierra in Jersey said, I ordered my Spiritus setup drunk Saturday night and had it in my hands Thursday. They do ship pretty fast. I'll give them that. I'll give them that. They will do that.
If they have it in stock.
Yeah, if you can buy it, you can usually get it. They did. This is one thing that some people did yell about is I make these videos and I kind of script them out weeks ahead of time. It takes me a little bit to put them together and to edit them. They happen to have done a pretty massive stock release, I think like the day before the video came out. So everyone was like, no, everything's in stock. Like it hasn't been in stock for like a year, man. Like get out of here.
I remember when you did the plate care. I'm sorry, I keep saying it wrong. The placard video, you're like, they don't have it in stock, so good luck.
Yeah. And remember, that's the reason I have the multicam black one, because they didn't have the multicam one in stock and they had multicam black. And then I couldn't ever find the pieces for the multicam black. So then I went back to the multicam one. Then I had two and I was annoyed. I'm like, I don't want to. Now I have to. Oh, see? 12 Bravo. Every second. I could be on Reddit. I could be anywhere and they'll be like, the manly flashlight. And like, it's like, you guys find me everywhere.
You can't tell it's purple in the dark. So.
Not when you need it. You'll never know. I do love, I don't know who's the one who said this, but the multicam basement. So if someone was saying instead of multicam black, it's multicam basement. I think that was the funniest thing I've ever heard. I think it was actually Misfit said that. I love that. Harry says, every time I see the knife, I long for the knife nook. Yeah, it's the knife hook. No, it's not the knife hook. I looked. So they had a drop. Pharaoh had a drop Tuesday and a drop on Friday. And I looked just for you. And they still have not restocked that knife nook. And I don't understand. That thing is awesome.
Is it just Kydex with Velcro?
It is, but it's like sandwiched out. So it actually like folds over the actual knife and then buckles. Like it like bolts closed. So that it actually bolts, like kind of screws into the knife.
Where's HCM at? They can make one of those.
Oh, probably. I bet you they could do it with Kydex, and it would be just as cool. Let's talk to him later and just borrow that idea.
That's when it gets complicated because, I mean, there's 100 billion different kind of knives. Like guns is one thing. There's, 1,000? Let's say 1,000 different handguns.
Well, it has just a
knives.
ton of slits. Like it has like just a bunch of slits on the sides. You can connect up, and you can just find one or two of them that it fits in of the like 8 slits that's on there. It's actually pretty. It works pretty good. Oh, Cody, people come and say hi to you.
That's my mom. Hi, Mom.
It's my family. Like they're seeing all these rowdy folks in here.
Yeah.
Misfit says, if it's just for range use, I highly suggest a chest rig that can take placards. I'm with Misfit. While having a nice Molly panel is good for legacy stuff, if you're just starting over, just get a placard. As Cody said, adjusting everything. He laughed at me when I first got started. He was like, Walsh, you're going to set all your stuff up, and then you're going to change it 800 times. And I think 800 was an understatement as the number of times that I've changed things around. And then you put everything on there, and then they make fun of you, and you realize you have way more stuff than you need, and you take everything off. And then you've
just gets in the way.
He just gets in the way of everything. You're like, all right, draw your pistol. And you're like, clunk, 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 clunk. Like, all right, take that off. So it's once you've taken everything off, that's probably about the time you've actually configured your plate carrier correctly. You want to take this one, Cody?
Oh, so he's looking for range and home defense. So, yeah, I mean, again, the placards will work for that. Because even if you just want to go on to the range and just have the weight of the vest on, you don't have to have your placard on or whatever. But then you can even set up your home defense kit. You can have the placard sitting somewhere close or even in a go bag. I know Walsh had, what was it? One of your bags, you had the whole harness and everything. You put it in the bag, and that was a perfect little truck setup because you could just take the bag out, pull the placard on, put it on your kit, and go.
And something I'm going to comment on, and Cody really kind of helped me out here. Cody and Jason kind of reiterate this. Be careful with just using a chest rig, right? So when we talk about, like, if I were to get in a situation where, like Cody says, I open things up, I'm ready for an emergency, I put on my chest rig. What is my mission now? My mission is to escape to my gear. Like, I'm not going to engage anybody because I don't have any armor on, right? I don't have any way to protect myself. I maybe have a way to plug holes for other people, but if you're trying to do first aid on yourself, it's not going to be good. So going into an engagement, so I put all that stuff on so that I could get to a plate carrier somewhere. I would never use that for any sort of real engagement. So just think about that, like what you would do in there. So Sarge is laughing at the bromance. They're definitely going to be, him and Zach are going to be besties now. Okay. So we have the official HCM holsters. So if you guys are just joining late or didn't hear our announcement at the beginning, I just put out our Patreon giveaway for July, where we have the 2 Ronin pistol pouches and one of the Grey Ghost Gear soft pistol cases. So to win, you just got to be a Patreon. It's like $2. I think we made it as low as you could possibly make it just to join us. And then you just kind of make a comment in there, and we just choose the best comment. You can't do like a giveaway, like a random on Patreon. And then why I'm mentioning that is because next month we're going to have HCM holsters. They're going to actually sponsor a holster build for the Patrons next month. So somebody can just win a holster build, and Cody's going to make a bunch of fake accounts so he can win one.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. And I don't recommend that. Like drunk ordering things is never good because you're like, what is this? Like,
dude, I do it sober. Where like when Amazon shows up, you're like, ooh, what is that? It's like a surprise. Even though you ordered it, you're like, I don't know what this is.
And sometimes we'll work with, like we have some really, really awesome reps over at Caldwell. And those are fantastic guys. Dawson, I haven't talked to him in a little bit. He is just absolutely phenomenal. And we'll ask for stuff, and then he'll show up and be like, Cody, why do we got like 5 of these targets back? I don't remember. We need to go out and use them though. Like, did you ask for this? Like, I did. I don't remember why. Like, we'll go use this.
Yeah, Dawson was the man. Or is the man.
Yeah, I should message him. We should get him to join one day. You should have used our company YouTube. I don't know. I think you start talking. Maybe I'm missing.
He's talking about James. He's like, you should have been in here with the official the whole time.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. So Harry says, what placard would you recommend for the LA Police Gear carrier you guys so graciously hooked me up with? You're gonna make me go get it, aren't you?
I can't ever remember the brand that I have.
You have the RDR gear one.
RDR?
Yeah, you have RDR. So Harry, I would watch my placard video, but the one I actually recommend is the HRT Maximus because it comes together and it's cheap. Not cheap, but it's the lowest price. I don't want to use the word cheap as if it's like lower quality. It's the lowest price of them all, and it comes fully functional, fully kitted out. It's the one I use on my like full-on military design. Like that's my go-to-war setup. I'm going to use the HRT Maximus because I don't care about low or anything like that. Just load it up. Like we're just going to stack things.
And then get the STAC Kydex inserts.
I'm trying to remember if that uses. No, I'm using the elastic in that one because I have a different one. But I'm with Cody. The STAC inserts, the talls. People always ask me that which of the STAC ones. I had to help Cody with this too. Which of the actual Kydex STAC inserts do you use? And it's the talls that'll go the full size of the actual placard.
I think I had the talls and then I went down.
Did you?
I don't remember because I think they were sticking out.
I
don't remember.
Because if you stick it out, though, you can catch the edge of them.
No. I meant my Kydex was sticking out.
Yeah, I like that though. Mine didn't though.
Where's mine? I don't know what I did.
I took all mine out right now. I've been happy with the elastic. Sierra Judy says multicam basement restock was my trigger. I like the way that looks. I like the way it looks. People be angry. What? Sarge is talking about something. Why don't you get us one?
I think he's meaning that Nook.
Oh, I have one. I have two. If I can't get one for Harry eventually, I'm going to have to give him one because I've been talking about it for too long. Harry says, I certainly appreciate that, Walsh. There's nothing else you would recommend other than the knife Nook. HCM, you say, yes. The knife nook is pretty cool. It works out well. The other pieces I recommend, of course, nothing over here is set up with them. Let me, you got it for a second, Cody. Let me grab one. Hold on, I'm grabbing the carrier.
Yeah, so I know we've been kind of focused on the whole placard thing, but since Walsh put that video out and started talking about placards, and I think that's the way to go. Even with those S-Tac inserts, there's we can, if you got questions about that, we can point you in the right direction. There's a guy on eBay that makes a Velcro form that you can, strap them together, and I think that's the way to go right now.
Yeah. So some of the other things that I recommend is the Caatail, like run a radio. If you don't have your hand license, that's fine. You can go study for it and get it, or you can get the GMRS, your GMRS license. It's like $25 for your family now, so you can just use the FRS and GMRS channels. I forget what those are, but you can get the family license now easy, and you can have radios for your family, and you can have radios to communicate with, even on those FRS and GMRS channels. The Caatail antenna is really cool because it actually hooks into some very basic style radios, but then you can actually weave the antenna in and out of your plate carrier, and then like I have it sticking out the back here at the top. So then you don't have, it looks cool for Instagram, but having a big old dumb radio antenna right here in your face is not the best when you're trying to do anything at all.
Until you have that little antenna rubbing on the back of your head, that's going to be torture.
Yeah. So for plate carriers, the things I have to have, I have my carriers, my cummerbunds. You don't really need the back panels. Like, don't think that's a requirement. That's an Instagram requirement. But radios, placards, so you can be effective, right? When you can do what you need to do. In reality, a ruck on the back is way more useful than any of this nonsense. Like, you just have a bag on your back, and then you ditch the bag if you don't need it, and you can carry a lot more than like the 8 Lunchables I can put in here. Probably hold more like 2. Oh, check this out, Cody. Angry Sarge says, we plan on making our own knife eventually. Well, nice. Good news. I have a knife nook that I can put it in. I'm going to get him one. I need to get him one so we can read it. Every time I look at the comments, it just like warps up another like a million. I looked 10 minutes ago. The knife nook is out of stock. Okay, I promised you guys. I don't know how I'm going to do like an alert or something, but like if it comes in stock, or they even give me like a word or a blurb of like a secret time is going to come in, I am going to let you know. I'll put it on. Watch our Instagram stories. I will drop it immediately. But go buy this.
Who is that has the nooks?
Pharaoh Concepts. Yeah. I need to go. Hold on, we got to get to the comment in a second. So Sierra in Jersey, you say I have the HSGI tacos on your LA Police Gear vest. I hate HSGI tacos, and I say that because re-indexing, like they don't. Like when you don't have a mag in them, they don't fall flat, which is the same thing S-Tac does, and when they collapse on themselves, it's almost impossible to re-index. I'm a big fan of re-indexing, like replacing a magazine or keeping it with me, just trying to put it back where it came from quickly, and that's impossible. I think the HSGIs, like even thinking about it, making me get angry. So I don't like HSGIs. There's nothing really wrong with them if you don't care about re-indexing. Whatever, then it's fine. You just whoop, you go throw it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that's on how you train. So if you don't train to do like tactical reloads or re-indexing magazines or anything like that, then that kind of stuff is moot. But with the Kydex, with the S-Tacs, say it's too tight or too loose, you can just take that little piece of Kydex out and heat it up a little bit and just reform it or reshape it however you need it.
I've done it.
I mean, yeah.
So Misfit says, Walsh, talk about the Mantis Blackbeard. I completed the advanced combat. I went full Pokemon. I had to catch them all. Now, I finished basic and advanced. I'm on Elite right now, so I don't know if you're talking about the Elite one. I will promise you, if you have a Mantis X10 and you finish Elite, you can shoot. There is no way you can be that good at that app and not be absolutely a monster with your pistol. So I highly recommend.
Speaking of shooting, and I don't want to mess it up, but Joe right now is smoking his qual in his academy. Like right now, he's top shot. So I hope I don't put a hex on him or anything, but we talk to him every couple of days, and he is killing it, literally. So keep on thinking about him, guys. We miss him. I know hasn't been doing any videos, and he's not doing a live chat, but
yeah,
if he's watching this, just know that everybody's thinking about him, and we're proud of him.
Like, he's doing so good. He's doing so good. I had to like get out my own stuff. I was like, man, I need to start training more. I can't let him he's just dominating the whole group now. Like, man, I got to stay to be a competition level with him.
How far was that one shot? He had a shot from like the parking lot.
So they were doing 100 yards.
Yeah, they were doing it. So this is with a Glock with a red dot, mind you, but they were doing a competition where it's kind of like shootout, like in basketball, where you go one after the other and you kind of knock each other out or whatever. So he was the last man standing. His last shot to win was from like the parking lot. It was like 100 yards or something like that, and he hit it. He sent us the video. It was amazing.
Took him a second.
Super proud of Joe.
It was awesome. Though. I was like, I asked him, I was like, "What's your holdover?" I was like, "Are you aiming at the clouds?" And he's like, "No, it wasn't that high." All right, what do we got? Walsh, I got the wolf patch too, and you're full on Spiritus now. Yep. Now you got to go into all my videos and comment about how angry you are. I can't believe you said how bad it is. Misfit says only usage I've heard for chest rigs were for reconnaissance style missions, but I think that's a remote possibility of getting me shot. Sure, if you tell me you wanted me to sneak in somewhere under the hiding, put like bushes in my stuff bushes in all my clothes and be a tree and sneak in somewhere. Yeah, I probably need to go as light as possible, but there's no hiding this chunky body. Like I'll be like crawling through that. They're never gonna see me. Yeah. This is not gonna happen. Siren says HRT and multicam basement is in stock. Oh, wasn't in stock. Oh, noted. Theirs looks really cool too. Honestly, though, I haven't tested that. I want to be able to give you my honest feedback. I really like their front placard. I really like that company too. They're really pretty cool. Yep, Cody loves the STAC inserts on that Maximus. Do you have your RDR around with your inserts on it? I don't know if it's nearby.
It's just in the other room. I can go grab it.
Oh, yeah. If you want to grab it, you can show it to him. Show him what it looks like. Just what it looks like with the STAC inserts. Jacob said, "Had to call what I missed." Well, you missed this awesome bromance. A couple of our guys they're now best friends, so that happened. You missed out on it. They're going to be here forever. Any ideas for a Cry JPC tubes for cummerbund? I'm honest with you, I haven't seen that one. I haven't played with that plate carrier. I think I've seen most people say to do like the first spear tubes conversion, but like I looked at that and it's super expensive. So I don't know about that. Sorry, I don't know about tubes cummerbund on the JPC one. If someone else knows, put it in the comments down below. Oh, Misfit, you crazy? Cody, look at this. He goes, I finished basic, advanced, and elite marksmanship with this pistol, and basic and advanced combat with the rifle. That's awesome. Like that is because Misfit, do you have all the patches? I want you to send me a picture of all the patches. So when you finish, of course I don't have it in front of me. When you finish each of the courses, they say, congratulations, your patch has been mailed to you. And they, no kidding, mail you a little like basic marksman patch and an advanced marksman and then an elite marksman. So he's got them all. Like that's killer.
So what he's saying right now is prove it. That's what he said.
Say it to me.
Yeah, that's what you just said. You telling Misfit to prove it by showing you his patches.
Yeah. Yeah, truth. Ooh, okay. So you got some mags there too.
Yeah. So I pulled them out last time.
I think you did.
I used to have one just sitting on my desk, but anyway, you can see the magazine right here.
Yeah, the elastic you can see in my actual video on the placards. The elastic is a little more annoying. So
yeah,
just be aware.
Actually, I had those on my desk. But if you can see in there, like these little pieces in the middle, that's those Velcro things that I said that guy on eBay makes.
We talked about
it kind of, it kind of joins them together.
Yeah. If you need a link to it,
mag.
if you need a link to that little thing, let me know. I'll see if I can find it on eBay. We had to look it up the other day. Okay.
But this is that RDR,
and
you can take this off and move it.
Yeah, we need to review that one day. Yeah, that's a cheaper option. Okay, Angry Sarge says, Alfonso, HCM holster does cummerbund modifications with tubes. I would highly I got a recommendation for you. I would recommend you talk to HCM holsters about your JPC 1.0 cummerbund.
There you go.
Shane Miller says, is multicam suitable for civilian use, or is a solid color like Ranger Green a better choice? Angry Sarge kind of says, depends on your environment. And I'm going to say this too. It depends on who you want to look like you are to some degree. You're probably going to get more related to as being military if you're wearing multicam, which is fine. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I would honestly, for civilian use, I would probably just say black.
Where's Misfit at? He knows what I'm going to say.
He hasn't commented yet.
It's going to take, yeah. Anyway, mission dictates gear. So what are we doing? Are we walking around in high V? You guys, it's a grocery store. We walking around Walmart because, we mentioned this in a couple of live chats. Like, I don't always want to stick out as Mr. Tactical Man, because if a bad guy comes in there and he sees me wearing multicam pants, like a boonie hat, or something like that, he's like, that guy's probably got a gun. So I don't necessarily want to stick out in that environment. However, if we're post-apocalyptic and and I want to stick out, I want to be overt, then obviously tactical looking clothing is the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, in today's wars, like the whole uniform thing was to identify each other as combatants, right? And now we fight people that don't follow the rules of law of armed conflict. So, they're wearing their man jams or whatever, and you can't tell if they're a combatant or not. So just depends on what you're doing.
And that's, something that Cody and Joe kind of share with me too. Like when they go out and, go beyond the art, they try to do their best to blend in. You don't be clean shaven because, that's not what nobody else looks like that. You're the weird guy now. So even as military, like you guys need to get beards. You guys need to blend in. You guys need to find a way.
That's called wasta. So it's like clout. Like, okay, this guy's got a lot of wasta if he's got a big old beard.
No, see, it all depends. It all depends on what we're doing. Misfit says, I just got my elite patch. I'm waiting on my basic and advanced combat patch. Prove it. No, I'm just kidding. I want to see your elite ones. That's I'm gonna give the Mantis. I need to give it to Cody. I'll let him play with it because he's been wanting to play with his red dots anyway. And he's telling me he's gonna do it. And there's no better way to do it than that Mantis. And he's gonna realize. Most people don't realize the elite patch is no joke. Like you got to get like a whole bunch of things over like 97. Shoot 8 shots, 3 of them over 97. Like you got to be kidding me. Like it's ridiculous. In North Carolina, so he kind of still talking about what's the multicam, what multicam pattern. I would honestly look at multicam arid also.
Yeah, I mean, multicam black. It depends. Like if you're in a military type of a area, yeah, that kind of stuff. People don't really pay that much of attention. I can't even talk right now. They don't pay that much attention because they're used to seeing that kind of stuff. But like if you go to New York City and you're wearing a bunch of tactical gear, you stick out. But if I walked around out here in like some cut off BDU pants or something like that, nobody would really pay attention. They'd be like, "Oh, look at that old veteran." You know, they don't really care. But
yeah, but we all know multicam basement's where it's at. You can't go wrong with the basement colors.
I like
a little multicam in there. Yeah. So, and Misfit does bring some good stuff. Multicam is the best overall camo, and we say overall because it fits into the largest amount of environments. Obviously, not like a desert. You'd probably not do so well, but
I'll say the Marines, they're greenies, or was it the Marines? Yeah, the greenies were the best, I think, in my opinion. Yeah,
I haven't played with those. I'm not that cool. Harry and Misfit are making out. They're having a good time.
They're OGs. They can do.
They are. Yeah, they're already buddies. They've been around here the whole time. So continuing on this plate carrier one. So I guess this is all based on theoretical civil unrest, which hopefully would never happen.
Yeah, and again, in that situation, I probably wouldn't overtly show that I'm any kind of tactical minded, you know. But if somebody wants to steal, you know, walk up to my yard and try to steal some gas in that situation, it's probably going to be a bad day for them.
Yeah,
they're going to find out real fast.
Yeah, like you have two different scenarios. You can be like running your slick plate carrier underneath the jacket with your placard nearby, where you could put everything on real quick, or you could just step out, just full on wrecked out in the Olight K19 and be like, "No, bro." So,
hey, Grand Thumb always wears like a flannel shirt, so I mean he gets away with it.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, I'm gonna do one more from Misfit, and then I'm not going outside. You gotta go out. You gotta get gas. You gotta get milk. Your wife's gonna need I need milk. The world's ending. You need to go get milk and bread. So I need to comment on this, and then we'll switch over to some other different stuff, or wrap it up, I guess, because it's been an hour.
Wow.
The elite marksmanship course had me stressing compressed surprise break. Really got me to speed up my trigger press without losing accuracy. That's where I'm at right now. So just so you know where I'm at, I'm on the compressed surprise break, and it is wrecking me. So I'm gonna have to keep working on it. It's a tough one. So compressed surprise break, you come out into position, and it'll do the timer, and you have to press the trigger as fast as you can. So it's a speed-based and accuracy-based. And you have to get certain scores over certain things. If you go too low, it doesn't count. Do this a certain amount of times and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. So tomorrow, I'm going to go. Angry start talking about so much fun in the hour. So tomorrow, I'm going to join P80 Ralph's channel. I'll be wrecking some P80 builds. No, I'm not going to wreck them, but some of them are bad. Some are good, some are bad. There was one guy who came in there who was being completely rude, and he was talking trash, and then he puts his build up to be judged. I'm like, yeah, trash. Just junk. I saw that coming.
Bravo's trying to dip out. He's got PT in the morning.
Oh, okay. 12 Bravo. Thanks for hearing from me. Thanks for hanging out. I know you're here for that hour with us. So good luck and have a good one.
All right, Bravo. We love you, man. Have a good night.
Look at this. Look at what you guys score on this Mantis. It's like an 85 average score under 0.3 seconds. Holy moly. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I can't wait to get there. That's going to be – anyway. So I'll go into what I got working on next. What I'm doing right now is I'm trying to go through some different active hearing protection. I'm actually working on it right now. I end up having to break this video up into two pieces. So I'm going to go from the lowest cost to the highest cost. And I'm going to show you what you get at each tier. I'm going to go over a couple different style too. We have the ones that just go in your ear and the ones that connect by the cord. And I want to go through each one. So I'm going to do 3 on the first one and then 3 on the next one. But I'm going to try to sprinkle some plate carriers and some optics and everything in between. So I'm going to do the headset. Then there is a new Olight release that's interesting. I don't think it's mind-blowing. I have it. I'll show it to you when we get closer. And then I will do the Olight K19. So you guys can know where I'm at in terms of what I'm working on. And then I'll poll you guys on what you want to see next. If you want to see more headsets, or if you want to see another plate carrier, and you guys can be the ones that decide, and I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah. So, I mean, we kind of covered all our business. Jason did put out the Shield Box video, and he kind of explained the situation about he was supposed to get, what was it, barrels and blades or something like that. But that had like a 2-month waiting period. So that's going to be the next one after this, after Shield Box. And just from talking to him outside of his video and outside of the live chat, Shield Box, again, just like all the other subscription boxes, it was just all right. I don't even remember
it seems like knick-knack, like a knick-knack party.
Well, I even wrote this down. Like, it says that it's law enforcement and tactical gear. I think it had a knife in there and a coffee cup. Like, I drink coffee. I don't drink out of coffee cups like that because I have small children and they'll spill it. So I have sippy cups that I drink out of. But that's a cool coffee cup. But still, like, I'm trying to understand, because you always see the commercials for these subscription boxes and you're always like, I like that, or I want that. Like, I see the one on Instagram all the time, that bespoke one. It's got like battle axes and all this like wine or whiskey decanters and stuff. But do you actually get that in the lower tiers, or do you have to pay the hundreds of dollars a month in these subscription boxes? So I like where he's going with this. So we're kind of getting a peek behind the curtain on, are these subscription boxes worth it, or should you just invest your money? No.
Did you see?
He probably.
You see when he was done? Like, he was done doing the video, and he like reached under the. He's like, this can't be it. And he like reached under the grass. He like lifts it up. It's like, is there more? Like, is there? No, there's not.
But I like the videos. Again, I think it's a good idea. Like, if you're interested in these subscription boxes or something like that, I like that he's kind of getting an idea where we're coming in these and whether they're disappointing or not. So hopefully they'll get better. We're after barrels and blades. I think we're looking for the next one. So if you guys know of some that we haven't mentioned before, put them in the comments. We'll do some research and see if we can get in there. Jason's doing this out of his own pocket, but I think it's really interesting. So let us know what you think.
I can't wait till he starts giving it all away. Like, like, he just finds something like, congratulations, you win. And it's just like a pile of random stuff.
No, like he got a blade in that box, and he's like, I'll just give it away to somebody on YouTube or something like that. So that's another thing. Like, he's giving this stuff away. So
yeah, and we'll do some more. We're gonna try to do more giveaways here on the live. So like today's giveaway was focused on the Patreon, but I have a ton of stuff for you guys. A ton of stuff we can give away. Some stuff we can work for. So just hang out with us.
That last chat, we never gave away that stock thing. Remember that?
Oh, I have it over here.
I know, because in the beginning we're like, we're going to give this away at some point today, and we're like,
we got distracted. So we still have the stock from the Grim Hunter tactical gear. Maybe I'll probably end up just throwing it in. Like, if someone wins something, I'll just throw it in with it. But here you go, you have this too. Like, it's awesome. Yeah. So it's really pretty cool.
Most of you guys know how we operate. Like, we don't remember shit, and need
Cody. I don't know if you knew this. So the guy owning, Angry starts talking about how Antiques Roadshow with Mike from Tactical Considerations. I don't know if you know that channel. You've probably watched it before. I didn't realize that I was like, oh, I know Mike. Like, he was the one who, before I was even doing belts, I was watching his videos to learn how to do belts. So he's got like mad respect for me. So I'm super excited to do some P80 reviews with him. So if you guys are bored tomorrow, the P80 Ralph, look him up on YouTube, where I'm going to be joining him. I'm going to be saying all kinds of nonsense. So yeah, feel free to join in and make fun of the things I say. I'm sure Cody will be there too.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it, guys. Hey, this was awesome. Like, even though we had an agenda, we still hit all our marks.
We did.
But your guys' questions were on point. I don't feel like we were talking about the same old knick-knack stuff that we've been talking about in the past, which is refreshing. I like to keep us on our toes, right? This is fun. I enjoy it. I look forward to this one every week. Actually, I asked my I was about to say my mom. I asked my wife first thing in the morning. I'm like, do you mind if I do the live chat? Because I don't, I look forward to this. So
yeah. So, and I do too. I like doing the videos, but then actually getting to interact and like answer those actual questions. And like, hey, does this thing actually work? Like, I don't know. Let's grab it and let's try it. Let's find out. That's a good question. So, thanks to everyone that comes out. Big thanks to everybody that like comes to these live chats. We got so many people that come out here. Harry, Angry Sarge, Misfit. There's so many of you. I'm gonna miss all the people that come out here. 12 Bravo TAC. There's the people who come out here every week. Zach, who comes out. All of you that come out here, I'm totally humbled that you guys are absolutely awesome and coming out and just coming to this chat with us. Oh, when are you on? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. 9:30 Eastern. So same time as this. Tomorrow, and I'll be on there, and you can come in. So yeah, Harry, you got to come in there and be like, what is Walsh talking about? Like, he knows plate carriers. You don't know nothing about P80 bills. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, look at this. God, that's why I love Misfit. My wife knows that I'm busy every Thursday night with you fellas. Yeah. I would like to have Misfit come on again. So he's done so much training and things like that I would love for Misfit to come on. So open invitation, Misfit, that if you ever want to come on here and talk about more of your training you're doing on. Yeah. So open invitation. Same with anybody else, especially some of our OGs. If you ever want to come on with us and just talk about how you're training or what you're doing, or maybe you have a plate carrier setup you're putting together and you want to put it together live on here with us, yeah, sure, let's do it. Like we'll walk through it and work together.
Or how much money we've made you spend. Are you watching our videos? And
all right. Well, thanks everybody. Super awesome. I'm gonna get to work. I got so many videos to get done. I'm definitely behind the power curve. But we will see you soon, and it's great talking to all of y'all. Later, everybody.
All right. Love you guys. See you next week.